Hi guys, this is Crafty Cat. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. We are here to take a look at the bead loom or beading loom that was sent to me by the kind people at Beebeecraft. So as you can see, it came in this box. This box got kind of beat up in the mail. And it does have instructions on the back of the box. But between instruction 1 and instruction 2, I couldn't figure out. It has one string here and lots of strings here, and it doesn't really show you how to get the strings on. So I watched a bunch of videos online, and I would really recommend the video called How to Set Up a Beading Loom. And it is on YouTube. Here on YouTube, it's not a long video, but it's very quick, and it shows you how to do it, but she's not using the exact same threading material. It's by Fire Mountain Gems and Beads. Fire Mountain Gems and Beads, okay? Anyway, this kit came with not great instructions, but it did come with this little tray, 4 little beading needles that can be separated down the middle, 2 of these strong and stretchy cords. I don't know. It's called crystal string, 0.6 size. So there's 2 of them. It came with some end pieces for bracelets. And it came with a package of multicolored beads. Now, it did come with this little tray, but I used a lot of my extra diamond painting trays, and I tried to separate the colors, but I got frustrated. And as you can see, the beads are not equal in size. There's some that are really small, some that are double the height. So I don't think these are the greatest beads, but it's nice that they gave you something to practice with. But I think it's going to make it hard that they're all different wonky sizes. So then I just poured a bunch in here, and I was hoping I could just find some that were similar sizes. But as you could see, I don't know if my camera will pick it up, but see that little orange one and the little yellow one? They're way smaller than some of the bigger ones in here. They just seem to be all different sizes. So I thought, you know what? I'm not going to go out and buy beads until I see if I can do this at all, because I'm an older person. My eyesight's not great, and I'm a bit of a klutz, but we will give it our best shot. Okay, guys, I am back. But anyway, it says to tie it on to one end. So I'm just going to make a little tie. And I'm going to tie it onto one end. And these are called weft strings. So you take it down, and you have to decide how big you want your pattern to be. Because, say you were drawing a grid for yourself, the strings would be the lines on the grid, and the beads would be the spaces in the grid. So I've got to tighten this. It wants to come right out. So I just find this very difficult, but it could just be because it's so new to me that I don't really know what I'm doing. They don't really give you instructions for where these things sit. So let's tighten this up. All right, so I went through, I think, the 4th one, the 3rd or the 4th one. I don't know if it matters. And I'm just going to wind this around a couple times and go back right next door and go in the line that's next to it so they're equal amounts apart. I'm just going to do 2 winds around to keep the tension. I don't know if I should or not. I'm going to go through here. I'm winding it around this edge. And I'm going to go through the next one. I'm just using these springs as spacers, basically. And I know you probably can't see it, but I'm just going to wind it around this edge. I'm going to do it twice again, because when I don't do it twice, when I was practicing on my own, they just came undone. And the next one, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 5 strings so far, and it doesn't matter which way you wind around. At least that's what the lady said, and she seems to know what she was talking about. So if you had a pattern, like you could design these patterns on a grid, like on grid paper, you know, the little squares, and inside every square would be a bead, and the lines around them would be these lines. So if you had like 5 beads, you would need 6 lines. If you had 7 beads, you would need 8 lines. You will always need one more line than you have beads in your pattern. And I just pulled that one out. So apparently this gets easier as you try it out, just like everything else in life. So I probably could have started this over more. I didn't have to come so close to the edge. I just want to show you what I'm doing. I don't know if my camera's going to pick it up because these are so clear. So we have 8, we've wrapped it 8 times so far, which would make us be able to use 7 beads. And let's go over this way. 9. And I did buy a pattern, but I don't have the beads that I need for the pattern. And I thought, oh, I could separate these beads and use them, but because they're all wonky size, I don't think it's going to work. And then I'm just going to go through one more time, I think. And I've noticed one of them is already loose. Oh, crap. Yeah, I'm not sure this is the craft for me. I thought it looked like a lot of fun, but I think this is just out of my range. So I'm going to cut this string. And I'm going to try to tie it around the bottom. Oh. And you can see here where it came out. One of them came out. This first one. So to fix it, what I'm going to try to do is loosen one of these. And then tighten it. Oh, everything's coming off. Oh, the whole thing came out. The whole thing came out. Oh, I hate this so much. Okay, I'll come back if I can get this done, okay? And if not, this is going to be a very short review because I'm so frustrated right now. But I'll be back. Okay, guys, I am back and I have everything on now. It was much, much easier to do this off camera. And when I came to the end, I actually wrapped it right around the dowel a few times and tied it down here because it was just too hard for me to tie here because that's so full. And then once it's done, and I'm not going to do it, but once it's done, you can very carefully turn this to tighten this to make sure you have enough tension. So they're kind of like guitar strings. So I think I did 10 strings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I did 10 strings, which means we could do a design with 9 beads. So now I need to get a length of string again. And it's a good thing they gave me 2, because I could never figure out how to get the string out of this one. It's completely stuck in there. So it's not coming out. Either ends are coming out, but this one worked good. So I'm just going to get a length of string. Actually, I think I have a length of string that I cut off already. I do. I have a length of string right here. We're going to use this one. And I'm going to put a fingernail through this so I could thread the string. And some people say to tie a knot, and some people say not to. Wherever you want to start, whatever end you want to start. So I'm going to leave an end for sewing in after, but I think we will tie a little knot. I don't know how much we're going to do here. I just want to try this. Don't forget, this is my first time ever trying this. This kind of string is very frustrating. It doesn't want to tie a knot at all. Like, it loosens up immediately. So maybe that's why some people don't tie a knot. I don't know. What if I go through again? You think that will help, or am I going through the wrong way? I can't tell. My eyesight's not good enough for this, honestly. Yeah, even if I do a double knot, it's just not staying. It's just completely coming undone. Do you see that? Okay. So basically now it just tells you to grab a bunch of beads. So because we have 10 strings, we're going to need 9 beads. So I'm just going to do random colors, but if you were doing like something with a pattern, you would do pattern colors. You would follow a pattern. But I'm just going to try to grab 9 without throwing them all over my life here. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 randomly colored beads. Oh God, one just went flying. Oh yeah, I'm not the person to do this kind of stuff at all. It's just so out of my wheelhouse. And I don't even know if these beads are going to fit over this. This cord is too big. Okay. Oh, that one fit. Can you see how hard it is for some of these beads to fit over that edge? So I would say you can do it with this kit, but I think it's just very frustrating. Like, super, super frustrating. This one here doesn't want to go through at all. These beads are all different sizes. They don't have the same size holes on the inside. See how that bead is just traveling really fast? And 2 came off the other end. See, that bead is just traveling so fast. And the other ones don't even want to go through. But we do have 9 on here. So I'm going to just turn this a little bit. And you're supposed to go under. So this string that they gave us is too big for most of these beads. It's okay for one length of bead, but when you're doubling it up, like I did tie a knot that should hopefully stop them from falling at the end. And then you're supposed to go in here and shove 1 bead in every hole. Like, so it's coming from underneath. And you have to have like a bead on the outside of every line. Like that, and you pop it up with your finger. And it says the first one is the hardest. I don't know, you guys. I don't think this is going to work for me. Because then you're supposed to go back through with your needle on top. But the needle almost didn't want to go through the beads in the first place. So I've got it through some of them. And now my needle is warping around. It's not, my needle is bending. Can you see that? Okay, let's just go take that right off again because I've lost it. I have lost it. You know, I think if everything fit better and if my needle wasn't warping so badly, I would enjoy this, but I gotta say, I am not enjoying this. Okay, let's turn it around so that the not bent part is there and try it again. Okay, I can't do it, you guys, because I can't do it. This string is too big to go back through the beads, because you have to be able to go back through the beads, and I could barely get the beads to go through the string. Like, it fits nice on the first layer of string, but when you double it up, and you have to double it up to go through, it doesn't want to go through. I don't know what else I can do. I would need a smaller thread. Let me see if I have any at home. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I am back, and the thread that this stuff came with is just much too thick. So I found this in my stash, and I have a piece cut off here. It looks pretty old. It's all discolored, but that's all I could find. It is thinner than the stuff that came with the kit, so we could try that. And if that doesn't work, I also found just some regular thread we could try. So those are some things we could try. I'm just going to put the thread in the drawer over here. I've got a little drawer. So just so you could see the difference in size between the two of these. I don't know if it'll show up. So this is thinner than the other one. So I'm hoping it will be thin enough. Now, I don't think it's as strong as the one that the kit came with. And maybe the kit string is just to do this and you're supposed to use thread for the rest. I don't quite know. But anyway, we're going to try this again. I ate supper in the meantime. I had to calm down. I was freaking out. I was very, very frustrated. And dropping things and spilling things and not having fun. So I'm just going to pour some of these beads back in here. And so it was nice of them to give 4 of these little needles. They're not that sturdy. So I guess that's why they gave 4. But they are nice because you don't have to worry about like threading it through the end of something because they just break, they go down the middle. So I just dropped that all together. Yeah, this is not the craft for me, you guys. But if you're younger and your eyesight's good and you have sturdy, straight hands, you're not shaky like me, then this might be something you would really like. But I would suggest buying your own materials to go with it. Because the string that they gave you is just not, it's too thick. And the beads are all wonky sizes. And I don't know if that is just typical of all beads. Like this kind of a bead or what. So you can see the hard time I had going through that big thing. My eyesight is not great. So I'm just going to double it up a little bit, and I'm not going to do too long of a thread or I'll get frustrated. So I'm going to cut this out, and let's see if I could tie a knot in the end of this one and just leave a string for weaving it in after. Yeah, this is super frustrating for me. Like, this is not something I find fun. All right, we'll just do a loose knot. And now, I forget how many. Did I say I had 10 strings? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See how there's 10 strings in there? A bead will fit in each hole. So you need one less bead for the amount of strings. If you have 10 strings, you need 9 beads. If you have 12 strings, you need 11 beads, and so on. So I'm just going to try to get 9 beads on here, and in no particular order. And let's see, I only have 3 on here now, but I want to see if they will go over there a little bit better. Yeah, they will. So it has to go over at least 2 strings or you can't do it. So it does go over the 2 strings. So that's 3, 4. Just give me a second. Can you see the different sizes on here? They're supposed to all be the same size, but they're not. So this is going to look really janky no matter what. All right. So that's 3 sets of 3. That makes 9. And let's just move this stuff away. And I'm just going to run this underneath. Cross your fingers, guys. And you're supposed to use your finger to provide tension underneath to pop these up. So the beads are coming from under, and this string is under these weft strings, and now we're supposed to go over. But even with my glasses on, this is very hard to see. Right, I think they're all over. That was much easier than last time. So doing it with this string, I couldn't do it at all, but with this slightly smaller string, it's doable. So if I had the exact right stuff, it would be a lot easier. And I grabbed some of my jewelry pliers to see if that would help to pull it through. And no, it totally broke the needle. So I don't know what to say about this kit, you guys. I just broke the needle trying to pull it through. Oh, I'm going to have to go buy the proper beading supplies. I don't know. Like, do you guys bead? What would you do? So, okay, that is garbage. Like, technically it would have worked, you know? Now, how do I pull these beads off? I think I'm just going to cut right down the middle here and let them drop off because they're on there tight. Okay, so we'll try the thread next. So we're not going to use this at all. So now we will try it with thread. And I don't want to waste another piece of yarn, so I mean another needle. So we'll go back to the first wonky needle, I guess. I need to get new scissors. My scissors are dull. So now I am literally just using sewing thread. And I'm probably really going to regret using this. But we'll see. So give me a second to pick up all these beads that I just threw down. we're going to use another needle. So we're using the, we only have 2 needles left because one is broke, one is bent. And I didn't take a long enough string of thread. Okay, we only have 1 needle left that came with the kit. I was going to use the bent needle, but I'm already super frustrated from trying this, and I didn't think that would work. All right, so I'm just doubling it up a little bit. Make sure I'm recording here. Sorry, you guys. I just hit the camera. So if you don't watch this channel, I absolutely hate sewing. The only thing, I have a sewing machine, and the only thing I've sewed, well, at least that ties on nicely. The only thing I've ever really enjoyed sewing was I made some raincoats for my dogs. All right, so now I'm going to try to get 9 beads on this again, and we'll just cut all that out and come back when I have 9 beads on, okay? Because you've already seen that. Or unless I cut that part out, I don't know. I don't know at this point, because I'm going to have to do heavy, heavy editing of this, because there's so much that's not working. All right, so I have 9 beads. And then suddenly I'm seeing a little miniature baby bracelet here. And, oh God, please tell me it's going to go over this thread. Okay, it did. It did. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so fiddly. All right, all right. Let's see. How does this work now? Let's see. And then you're supposed to be able to pop this up and it just pops into place, but okay. So now I've got this piece of the thread under the weft. These are the weft, and this piece is going to go over the weft with any luck at all. So we're trying to weave this through all of these on top. Oh my God. Please, 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 please. Oh, it's going through. It's going through. Hallelujah. Yay. We've got a row of beads. Now, they're all wonky because they're all the wrong size. But you get the idea of how it's kind of supposed to look. And apparently, it gets easier after you do the first few rows of beads. This isn't going to look great because of how it is. So now we got to go underneath again. And I got to get 9 more. And I'm trying to avoid the really wonky looking ones. But a lot of these are really wonky. I think these are just like really bad beads. We need 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And normally you would be following a pattern so that you would get the design that you want, you know? But this thread is much easier than the other stuff that I was using. So maybe the stuff that they gave you for this isn't supposed to be used for this part. Maybe you're supposed to use thread. I don't know. I really suggest going to watch like people who know what they're doing. But if you enjoy seeing people getting frustrated with a new craft, I hope you're enjoying this. Okay, so I'm trying to get this to tighten. Oh, look, I accidentally started with a blue and a white on both rows. Okay, now we're just going to go through on top again. And now we have 2 rows of beads. I am not hating this. Now that I have yarn, like now that it fits and it's not fighting me, I'm not hating it. So let's try again. We need 9 more. So let's start with the blue and end with the white. We could at least do that. Okay, so we've got 9, and I decided we'll try to start with the blue and end with the white to get some kind of a pattern. But I did it opposite, because of course I did. So forget the pattern. We're not doing a pattern. Are we doing a pattern? No, we're not. Because I did it opposite. I thought I started with the blue and ended. I don't know. Forget the pattern. This is just going to be a random bracelet of colors. And it's not even going to be a bracelet because I'm not going to do a whole bracelet in this. Because it's not like attractive or anything. We're just practicing right now. So let's go through on the top. And it is getting easier. And I think if I were to buy nice beads and nice thread, it would be fine. I mean, the bead loom itself is working fine. It's just that the stuff that came with it. Like, these are very nice little needles, but they work with thread. So it could be user error on my part for trying to use it with this. Maybe this is just for this part, and you're supposed to use needle thread for this. I don't know. And you can see none of my beads are the same size, really. All right, I think I have 9 now, but it looks like 10 because some of them look like double beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9. So I think those double beads are probably bad for the pattern because they're just like literally double the size, but we're just practicing. So we're going to do it anyway. See what I mean about the different sizes? Okay, so we've got blue, blue, white, 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 blue, blue. So if I start with white and end with blue, we should have the white at the end again. Not that it matters. So let me get 9 more. I have 9 here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh no, I have 10. Now I have 9. Can you see that? And it does get easier to place them as you go. And I think it would be really nice if you had beads that were all like the same size. I think it would be much easier. But as I go, it's getting so much better than it was at the start. And the bead loom itself is a lot of fun. So we'll do one more layer together, just to give you an idea. Like if you wanted to do a pattern, you could do like 2 blue, 2 yellow, 2 red, whatever. You could do little hearts, little skeletons, little arrows, anything you really wanted to. So now I'm going to start with white and end with blue. So this will be our last 9 for now, just for practicing with this kit to see how it is, to see whether it's worth it for me to order beads and string and stuff. I think it is. I think I would like to try a pattern. I mean, I already bought a pattern, and I would like to try it, and I'm going to need 6 different colored beads for that. We do have a bead shop in town, plus we have Michael's. Or I could order online again. But I think I would like to go in and see them. So those are all under. Now we just got to go through over. All right. So I'm going to stop there. You would obviously keep going if you wanted to have a bracelet. I'm not sure I want to have a multicolored bracelet. I mean, it's kind of pretty. It reminds me of those candy bracelets I used to wear as a kid. What do you guys think? Should I keep going and try to keep going in the 2 blue, 2 white opposite pattern? I don't even think it's noticeable. They look like Smarties. They look delicious. You guys think I should keep going? What do you think? You know what? Let me keep going offline and I'll come back and let you know what I think, okay? So I'll just do it and I'll come back. I'll see you later. Okay, guys, so I am finished. I did it that much. It won't wrap all the way around my wrist, but it's not that pretty. It's cute, like for what you get for free, but all of the beads are different sizes and it's really wonky looking. You can see that little skinny one. There's some big ones. So anyway, I did the whole outside in blue and white. And I just did like, it looks like Smarties on the inside. I just, I had fun. I do like it. I will buy more supplies. But I don't think these are going to be great. I'm really worried about how to end these off. So I had some thread at the end. And over here, I just want to show you, I accidentally put, well, not accidentally. I kind of did on purpose. These 2 blue ones were so small that I wanted 2 to go through here. But I guess I must have put it through wrong when I added the second one because it falls through all the time. But I don't think it really matters. It's just, they were just too small. There was a big hole. So I would say, whatever you do, make sure that the ones on the outside are the right side because they're really noticeable. So you can notice that when I put it up close, but from far away, you can't really tell. So now I'm supposed to take this off the edge. People just cut it. Now I had long pieces of thread that I wove in and out to end them, just like in crochet. And then I did a couple of weaves on the outside too with thread. I don't know if it's showing up in the camera, but just right over here. I just did a couple of layers of thread to hold this together. Because I'm concerned that I won't be able to end this the way you're supposed to. But anyway, I'm just going to cut the edges right now. This edge I could just take off. And we'll move this back. And that is what it looks like on the front. And on the back. So, yeah. It's not bad for my first time. And so you could see it doesn't quite go around my wrist. There's like a big gap, but that's okay. Because I can add some chain that came with it. So this came with 2 of these to add to the end. And I thought it came with some chain. I remember opening a piece of chain, but I don't know where the chain went. I don't see it. It's not in the box, so I don't know if it just fell out of the box. But I kind of remember opening it and seeing a piece of chain. Do you guys remember that when we did the unboxing? But if not, it's okay. Now it said here, I watched some videos about how to finish these off. And it said to take the ends, and oh, you can see my thread's just going to come right off. I did the thread for nothing. Yeah, you didn't have to add the thread at the end. But anyway, they said to take 2 of these and tie them. But I tried tying this earlier and it doesn't really tie. So I don't think that's going to work. This is just a tester. Like I said, I'll never wear this. I just wanted to try it. I don't know that I want to waste these ends on here. But it said to tie them 2 by 2. So tie 2 together and then tie 2 together. But I find this is very hard to work with. So now, instead of 4, like I'll have 2 sets of 2 that are tied together. And then it said to take those 2 sets and tie them together. But it's already come undone, so... Those 2 are together still. Yeah, this part is really, really not fun at all. And then they said once you have 2 together and 2 together, tie those 4 together. But what I'm having trouble with is these are just flying all over. I think this would be better without like this exact thread. And then you're supposed to tie these 4 together. But they don't really want to stay together is the problem. And if you tie it too tight, you're going over everything. But anyway, let me try that and I'll come back, okay? See, it's just not working right. It's just all coming undone. So, this will just be like a tester. I'm just going to cut all of these off and see if everything falls off. It might. And it was nice that they included these things, these clasps. But I think if I were to try it again, because it's so much work and it takes so long, I would buy the right stuff that you need. I would not use this. This is not very nice. And apparently you're supposed to just slide this down and then clamp it on, but I don't want to wreck my nails, and I don't like this enough to play with it anymore, you know? So anyway, that's what I have. I'm not going to keep going. If you want to see how to do it, there's so many people who they know what they're doing. Now, what do I think about this? I think for what I would have paid, I got it for free, so I think it's awesome. I think the loom itself is very nice. As far as I know, these could be okay. They did give you 2 sets of string. but only one set worked. The other set would not come apart at all. So it could just be that you have to untie it. It might be knotted here. But I can't even get my fingers in there to figure out what to do. And if I pull too much, it just tightens. So here, it doesn't come out in here. The other one worked. The other one worked just fine. So there's the bottom end, and here is the top end that unwinds. And there's still a lot left, so they give you a lot. But I have to say, I hate this stuff. I absolutely hate this stuff. I would not use it ever again. So for people who can use it, you know, wonderful that you can use it. The other thing that came with it are the beads. At first, I was very happy that it came with the beads, but you could see how awful it looks. There's really small, skinny beads. There's big, fat beads. They're all different size beads. It makes it really hard. And this is something that you would probably like doing if you like this sort of thing and you have the right material. But if you don't have the right material, it's just going to make it harder. But just for an idea, you know, it's fun. I could see me doing it again. I will go to Michael's or something and see if I can get the right ingredients. Because I didn't do any pattern. I just did random. The only pattern I did was to do blue and white on the outside. And I only did that because I used blue thread. So I'm going to go to Michael's and I'm going to go to this bead store that we have in town. And I'm going to see what the right materials are. I would like to try this again. So I do like the Bead Loom itself. It is nice that it came with all this stuff. I did like it came with 4 needles, which was really nice. I broke 3 of them. But that could just be user error on my part. But yeah, these are really no good. This makes it so much harder. Now, I've never done beading before with these kind of beads. So I don't know if maybe I was supposed to go through and throw away the big ones and the little ones. So if anyone's ever done that, let me know. Like, can you buy beads that are all pretty good right out of the container? Or is this normal? But anyway, I will try this again. I will buy the equipment. Like, I'll never use this stuff again. I hate it. But I will buy something else if I can find it that will go with this and give it another try. And if I do, I'll show you the results. But I don't think I'll go through another long video because, well, for one, long videos don't do well on my channel. And for another one, I'm a newbie. This was my first time doing it. So if you want to learn how, there's a lot of people on YouTube that are really good at doing this and they can show you how. Anyway, I just wanted to do this review of my beading loom from the nice people at Beebeecraft. It's nice, and it's nice that they sent all the stuff, but I think it makes it more frustrating than it should. I think they should send stuff that will fit better. This didn't work for me. Yeah, and the beads were all wonky. But this itself is good. This itself is good. So for this part, I would give it a thumbs up. For the beads and for the thread, no. But for the needles, yes. And these, I haven't tried them yet. I couldn't fit them over these beads. And I didn't want to wreck my nails prying them apart because I just did my Halloweeny nails. Okay, guys, so I hope you liked it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe. Hit the notification bell. All of those good things that help me as a channel. And most importantly of all, take care, stay safe, and happy crafting. Bye, guys.